Welcome, everyone. Hmm, good to be back with all of you. Hmm. So, one of the things that was emphasized to me again and again this last month when I was in India was that I'm going too fast. Everyone was always telling me slow, slow. So, I think it's a cultural thing. And I'm going to invite us all into some ease and flow and slowing down. So find your most comfortable way of being. And if you haven't sat with us before, I really like to emphasize comfort. And I like to emphasize that you tune into what your body wants right now. Even just take a quiet moment with yourself and ask how your body wants to be. Maybe you're at work and you don't have options, but if you can lay down and that would be better for your body today, I encourage you to listen to that. And as always, any instructions or invitations that I offer you are just that. They're completely optional. Everything's optional. Above all, I really want you to tune into what you're needing today and what's in your highest good, and then really follow that inner voice of yours. Um, Especially if it conflicts with the invitation I'm giving. Really listen to your own inner voice and what you're needing today. All right. So let's start our practice today with just some really gentle movements. Um, so I'm seated and we're just going to do some rotations. So easiest done while seated. This might be kind of tough if you're laying down. So for this part, you may want to sit up in a chair on a cushion is fine. And I'm just kind of rolling my upper body around my lower body. And at some point, you can shift. I'm feeling a little bit of stretching in my hips and waist. And maybe you want to exaggerate with the shoulders, give the shoulders a little bit of a stretch. Maybe switch again. Encourage you to tune in your own body. Maybe that involves closing your eyes. Switch directions again. Okay, and come to stillness. Eyes closed if that's comfortable, and just notice the effect of this movement on your body. Okay. I'm just spending some time with your hands. We use our hands so much. So just giving your hands a little bit of love, a little bit of attention. Maybe if you have a headache, this point right here could be a lovely acupressure point between the first finger and the thumb, giving that area of your body a little massage and relieve tension in the head in general. On the other hand, and again, if you have arthritis or some other reason why actually this doesn't feel good, just listen to that. And stretching your fingers, getting some notifications. I'm going to turn my do not disturb on. Good. And doing a little bit of a neck stretch. So one side, opposite arm out, stretch to the side. Few deep breaths here. Feeling the breath going into the belly, feeling the stretch along the side of the neck. And it can be nice to just give your head a gentle push back to center, and then the other side. And then another gentle push back to center. Deep breath, tune in to your own body, notice what's here. And let's do a little bit of movements with our face. I'm gonna look really funny here. Just scrunch up your face so you're kind of like tightening all your muscles in your face and hold that. And then relax the face. Let the jaw fall. Let the mouth be soft. Let your eyeballs feel like they're resting back in the eye sockets. And then do some motions with your jaw. A lot of us I certainly hold a lot of tension in my jaw. So opening your mouth, giving your jaw some massage, maybe side to side, and seeing if your sinuses need a little bit of pressure, a bit of massage. Temples, head, forehead. Okay. Closing your eyes and just noticing, feeling the face. We're going to start with a little more preparation in the form of a breathing exercise, pranayama. And we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So we'll start by breathing in through the left, and you're going to take your hand, your right hand, typically, and you'll fold the middle finger down and the pointer finger down so that you've just got your ring finger and your thumb up. And your right nostril is going to be blocked with your thumb. And then the left nostril will be blocked with the ring finger and pinky finger. And you always start this one by breathing in on the left. So I'll walk you through it. You're going to start by exhaling through the nose, and we're always breathing in and out through the nose. You may notice that one nostril is more plugged up than the other. If you're sick, probably not even worth it to try if you're stuffed up, but if you're not sick, then you can try this. And it's really normal for one nostril to be more plugged than the other, so don't worry about that. All right, so we're gonna breathe out completely, and then in through the left nostril, closing both, and then out through the right, in through the right, closing both. And on the in breath, make sure you're breathing into the belly. Out through the left, in through the left, closing both, out through the right, in through the right, closing both, out through the left, Now just continue at your own pace in through the left. Closing your eyes if you wish. Next time you find yourself breathing out through the left nostril after that out breath, resting the hands and pausing and breathing normally. Noticing, is your present moment experience different than it was prior to doing the breathing? And slowly, slowly getting into whatever position you want to be in for meditation, lying down, sitting, standing, however you're most at ease. And then beginning by just taking some deep belly breaths. So as you breathe in, if your hand is on your belly, the hand moves outward in front of you, away from the body with the in breath. And when the out breath, hand moves backwards, belly button moving towards the spine. So go at your own pace, but nice deep breaths into your belly. And see if you can notice if your face kind of automatically tightens or your jaw, any part of your body really. Notice if with concentration, there's this automatic habit of perhaps tightening or guarding the body and inviting the body to soften with each out breath. There's a natural softening that happens where the shoulders rise a little bit with the in breath and they soften with the out breath. So just tuning into the natural softening and inviting the body to really lean into the softening with the out breath. So today, I invite you to consider working with a mantra. And mantra is can be any language, but in this tradition, it's in Sanskrit. And the meditation or the mantra we'll use today is hum on the in breath and so on the out breath. Hum, so. And rather than saying this out loud, you're going to, it's almost like you're listening to the sound of your own breath. And it can sometimes start to sound like hum, so. And you're repeating the mantra in your mind. So it's almost like you're repeating it, but you're also listening. You're listening to the sound of your own breath, and you're in your mind sort of imagining the reverberation of the mantra. And mantra can be super helpful for so many things, but I find it to be incredibly helpful when my mind is really busy and it needs something to do. Giving it, a word that is a way to draw in our attention, a way to entice our own awareness into coming into the present moment can be really useful. It can also be really useful if you're going through an emotional time, just as a way to sort of give the mind a container to rest in. It can be a nice alternative if focusing on your breath is somewhat distressing, if you have asthma or COPD or whatever breathing disorder. Um, so, yeah, let's practice with that. And much like we've used the breath, the sensations of breathing in the past as our object of focus, for today, if you end up resonating with this, I'd invite you to have the mantra be your object of focus. So when the mind wanders away, when the awareness wanders away from right now, you can use these simple syllables: hum on the in breath, HUM, so, SO on the out breath. And the awareness will wander. No big deal, no problem. Just bring it back to the sound in your mind of the mantra or the sound of the breath. So let's begin practicing together in that way. Notice if you're straining, you're feeling tired, and if possible, just see if you can kind of exert a little less effort if there's a sense of straining or trying too hard. And the opposite can be true where sometimes we get sleepy and then we need to elevate our level of effort a little bit, maybe sit up a little bit straighter. And sometimes there's room for just genuine self care. If you're just too sleepy and you need to lay down and a nap is what you need instead of meditation, then do that. Noticing where your awareness is right now, really gently noticing what your attention's been drawn to, not making anything wrong. All of you is welcome. Noticing and then also bringing in the awareness of either the mantra or the breath or both. Using these tools to help you come back again and again into the present moment. Noticing if there's any part of your current present moment experience that you're pushing away. Noticing if there's any part that you're disallowing. Just noticed I'm feeling kind of cranky and having some physical pain, and I was disallowing that. I was pushing it to the side, and now I'm just leaning into, okay, there's some crabbiness, there's some physical pain. And I turn towards that? Can I just open to it instead of resisting it? So seeing what you're resisting and seeing if you can open or turn towards whatever it is that you might be resisting. Using the mantra and breath and our group meditation space to help give you a container to be able to turn towards whatever you're not allowing. Seeing what the tone of your inner voice is when you wander away from the present moment. And if it's harsh or critical, seeing if you can soften your own inner voice. Just bring kindness. It's really not a problem when the awareness wanders. It's really normal. So seeing if you can soften that voice and with gentleness, with kindness, come back again and again to the present moment and seeing if you can just let go of trying to not wander away from the present moment. It's what the mind does. Leaning more and more into acceptance of the nature of mind, releasing perfectionism. Coming back to your breath, coming back to the mantra or some other object of focus that you use again and again, returning to the present moment. Noticing if you're holding your body tightly, seeing if you can soften the body, soften the face and the jaw, and just begin again. Next breath or mantra if you're using that. And we'll complete our meditation together today with the sound of three ohms. And if you're not comfortable with ohming out loud, just simply imagine the sound in your mind. And if you are doing it out loud, remember that the sound is not important. It's the feeling of the sensation or the vibration in your own body that I invite you to tune into. So, in a moment, we'll breathe in, and then on the out breath, the sound of Om, and we'll do that 3 times. Breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Mm. Thanks for practicing with me today. Mm. I'll mention it again at another session in the recording. Actually, Misty, if you can keep the kirtan. Thanks for all the hearts. Mhm. Um, yeah, Misty had asked me to share something that I shared in a pre recorded session. I have a medical procedure coming up that um, we pre recorded yesterday. And I was sharing in that recording that one thing that's been really helpful for me, and that I was really more just swimming in when I was in India, was spiritual singing or spiritual chanting, at this place that I did this cleanse slash retreat in India. There's almost always chanting going on, and not only can it be really beautiful, but I find it can be such a nice way, kind of with the mantra today, it can be such a nice way to give the mind something to rest in. So at times that my mind is really ruminative or anxious or stuck on something, I find that if I can listen to some chanting, or kirtan is the other word for it, Kirtan, um, it can just give my mind something to rest in, is the best that I can describe it. So if you haven't checked it out, it can be a lovely way to practice. And a lot of times if I'm struggling, or if silent meditation just doesn't sound good to me on any given day, I'll listen to a mantra while I lay down or while I sit, and I'll let my mind rest in that, and allow myself to be sort of guided into the present moment by this chanting. Um, Two of my favorite kirtan artists, in case you're looking on your music app. Um, and if you type in kirtan, Kirtan, it should come up with a bunch of different names. There's many, many different kirtan artists, but one of my favorites is Krishna Das. It's Krishna space Das, Krishna Das. And he has this lovely deep voice that I love. And then a female artist is Snatam Kaur, and it's Snatam, I believe, Kaur, Snatam Kaur. So, just some ideas for different ways to practice waking up and being in the present moment.